Welcome to the BMW xDrive Park, which is a seriously cool part of the BMW family that looks fantastic and it's a great deal of fun. Clive Prevost, CEO of BMW Financial Services. Let's have a quick chat about where we are, because this is a great facility.
It is. It's relatively new, just across the road from the Mall of Africa and mere meters, I guess, from the Kyalami racetrack. The home, of course, of our M Festival on a regular basis.
Now, I have this vision of accountants all sort of sitting in dark corners looking at spreadsheets and being terribly boring. And yet I see your eyes light up when we get here, looking at the cars, looking at the track. Beyond doing all those numbers, I suspect there's a little bit of a petrol head in there as well.
Yes, certainly from a very young age, I was obsessed with cars. And not just cars, 4x4s or whatever the case. And here we are, 31 years in the industry.
That's a fairly good stint. Well, welcome to the xDrive Park and the opportunity to discuss an area that, I have to be honest, I sometimes find a little bit intimidating. I'm not always entirely sure how it works. So here's a chance to set aside the stuff that I'm not too sure about, and hopefully other people aren't. Let's start with the basics. Tell me a little bit about BMW Financial Services.
Okay, BMW Financial Services was established 30 odd years ago. In fact, August of last year was the 30th anniversary. It was one of the very first captive financiers, meaning associated to a brand, captive financiers in the country. And yes, our mission is to provide the opportunity for customers to purchase and finance and insure BMW and BMW brand products.
And it is such an important element. Immediately we kind of look at the cars, they look great, they drive fast, they're brilliant to be behind the wheel of. But in terms of actually getting them, that's where the challenge often sets in. What is it about BMW Financial Services that's different?
Because we associated with the brand BMW, we understand the product, we understand what customers want, we have intimate information about customers, and we can tailor-make packages for our customers. So being associated again with the brand, we're able to give the customer a tailor-made package for that specific customer as opposed to a bland offering to everybody.
And I think that's crucial to understand in a bit more detail, because I might arrive at an M Festival, I might arrive at a dealership and think, whoa, that car looks amazing. I think, oh, that's quite expensive. I don't have that much money sitting under my bed at home. I know you offer different products. Give me an idea as to what those products are, how they're tailored.
Okay, so of course we provide the traditional products such as the installment sale and so on and so forth. But more recently we introduced the Select product. And the Select product essentially makes it cheaper for a customer to drive a BMW product for a specified period. Yes, it's limited in terms of the number of kilometers the customer can drive in that period, so 20,000 kilometers per year. But at the end of the period, we as BMW Financial Services will guarantee the future value of that particular vehicle, meaning that if you wish, you simply bring it back to your retailer of choice and BMW Financial Services will settle your debt. Of course, condition depending.
So let me get that right. You will say to me, right, I'm going to buy this 5 Series and a few years down the line, provided I haven't driven it badly and the car's still in good condition with fair wear and tear, you're going to guarantee that value for me?
Exactly, and so many customers have cottoned on to the product. In 2020, just for BMW Financial Services alone, 66% of our customers selected that particular product, Select of course.
And so I don't have to pay this big balloon sum at the end, it's all bang, there we go.
Well, actually we make it even easier for the customer, because some customers prefer to continue driving their particular vehicle. So they have the option, either they just give it back, or they can purchase it for cash if they wish, or refinance that balloon payment if they wish.
So I've driven my X4 for 4 years. I've fallen in love with it. I don't want to give it back. You will not only allow me to keep it, but you'll help me to finance keeping it as part of my family.
Exactly. And I must admit, there are a fair proportion of our customers who do that. And more often than not, customers who perhaps drive fewer kilometers than what they expected.
You mentioned 20,000 kilometers or less. I think if you're an urban driver, you're not going to get anywhere near that, but there might be some people who are going to drive more than 20,000 kilometers a year. What do you do for them?
We do have the traditional products, for example, as I mentioned, installment sale. And then with the installment sale, they could either go for a typical 60-month contract or a 48-month contract if they wish, but they could also add a balloon payment on the end if they wish to bring down the monthly repayment. So we do offer a variety of choices for that particular customer's needs.
In terms of having a look at BMW Select, I was never terribly good with numbers, so this is why I need people like you to help me out. I've decided, okay, this 4 Series looks perfect for me. I'd like to buy it. How do you help me to ascertain that it's within my range and that I find the financial product that either sorts out that car or says to me, no, maybe you need something else for now, and that's your aspiration car a little down the road?
That's a very interesting question, because in 2020, we launched BMW Anyway. And what is BMW Anyway? BMW Anyway gives you the opportunity to start with a monthly budget and determine from there, using your iPad or your telephone, your digital, anything of a digital minute, to determine, as I said, first your budget, and then determine what product is most appropriate for your needs, but using it in a digital format. There's no real need to go into a dealer or a retailer, as we now call them. You can do everything from the seat that you're now sitting on, or the beach, or in the bush.
I remember when this first came out and the BMW team said, Dan, you have to have a look at this. We're really excited about it. And I thought, no, this can't be real. And I went through it. I thought, I can now sit in my bath and basically play a really cool BMW video game, looking through what's there, what's out there. And there's a huge fun element to it, but also just in terms of the practicality of the modern world. Yes. I might end up going to a dealership if I like to, but to start the process and to take it through to the end if you'd like to, you can now just do it right there.
Exactly. We give the customer the opportunity to do everything from the lounge or the kitchen or wherever else you'd wish, or alternatively break that journey and go and smell the leather, look at the rims, determine whether that particular product or color is appropriate to their needs. But in addition to that, by going digital, we now offer the customer the opportunity to select a vehicle from a nationwide stock, rather than just the stock at a particular location. And yes, going back to your blue BMW X5, if you specifically wanted blue and blue was only available in Durban, for example, we would make sure that that blue vehicle is delivered wherever you want it to be delivered. So for example, if you wished it to be delivered somewhere in Pretoria, that's where we would get the vehicle and either deliver it at the dealer or at home.
So effectively, I'm now on my phone, on my iPad, I've got a digital national showroom with every single car that's available at my fingertips.
Exactly. And playing with the sliders, your budget, your deposit, your term, etc., and the various different financial products, you can then determine what would be appropriate to your budget. And then you can search within, let's say, a reduced number of vehicles for your specific requirement.
That's just such a cool addition, and it speaks to the world we're in now, and you will have seen in your years in this space how things are changing. Is it something that people have gravitated towards? Are they just like, oh, this is a bit of a fun gimmick, or are they actually engaging with and using this platform?
Very much so. We've seen a doubling up of the interactions, of digital interactions. It was quite astounding, to be honest. And there's certainly a number of customers who've done the journey from start to actually taking delivery of the vehicle completely online, and not necessarily even going into a dealership.
So there are different models, different ownership. What if I don't actually want to own the car? What if I just want to, maybe not borrow it, but possibly rent it? Is that an option?
I'm so glad you asked that question, because it's a new product that we're about to launch. South Africa typically is not a leasing type of market. Yes, you can rent a vehicle from a rental agency, but what we're about to launch is what we call a fixed term rental product. And the fantastic thing about that is that you're able to pay one monthly installment for the period that you choose, and again, simply give the vehicle back at the end of the term, whatever that term may be. Fantastic thing is, included in that monthly repayment is your insurance. So you really don't have to worry about having extra insurance or maybe trying to look for other insurance. It is all in that one payment.
So if I think when I go to a rental agency, much as I love them, and I'm picking up a car at the airport and I have to sign 206 different boxes for all the different things, my windscreen wiper insurance and my exhaust cover, and
Oh, there you go.
all of that's now all done.
Exactly. Again, it's convenient. And if you wish to rent for, let's say, a relatively short period, then that's your answer.
Voila. What are some of the other products that fall under your ambit that you help people out with?
BMW Financial Services offers a wide range of insurance products. And just to name a few, we have typically your comprehensive insurance. You have tire and rim insurance, extended warranty, and a number of others. And it's not to say that BMW customers must take either of those. Of course, it's just a choice. But the good thing is they're all BMW branded and approved by BMW Financial Services.
So it's absolutely comprehensive. You don't need to worry. Everything is covered along the way.
Exactly. And of course, what we're trying to do, peace of mind motoring.
Oh, peace of mind motoring, and just really cool motoring, because it's loads of fun driving the cars, and we both know that particularly well. I think that this move into digital space is a change in trend, and it's not just in the...
It's not going away, let's be honest.
It certainly isn't. It's everywhere in the world. Speaking of everywhere in the world, you've traveled a lot, you've worked in Japan, you've seen the world of BMW all over the planet. What have you seen changing? What are the trends that are coming through in terms of the world of vehicle finance?
If you'd asked me in 2019, most certainly ride-hailing would have been top of the list. But we have seen internationally that because of COVID and the fears around COVID, the propensity to use ride-hailing services has reduced somewhat. And in certain markets, we've actually seen an increase in the number of vehicles being sold to customers because they're preferring to have their own mode of transport rather than use the transport which perhaps has been used by somebody else, even if it has been COVID protected, if I could say. So I guess over time, we'll probably see a shift back to ride-hailing type services and a pay-for-use rather than a pay-to-own.
I've seen a couple of the BMW models in Germany where people do share cars. There's lots of exciting stuff on the horizon.
Yes.
There's also lots of exciting stuff happening right now. So I think just as a recap, BMW Select making driving so much more affordable and accessible to people, and then that BMW Anyway, wherever you are, you get the whole process done.
Exactly, and it's making it more convenient for the customer, and at the end of the day, we're actually tailoring it to the customer needs.
So if you were to say to me, Dan, I'm setting out on my journey, I'd like to buy a BMW, what would your advice from your years of experience be in terms of ensuring that I get the very best out of my BMW journey?
A number of months ago, I was actually in the market myself, looking at a number of vehicles, be it used cars or new cars. And the very first place that I started was the digital sales platform, BMW Anyway. And from there, I narrowed down the choice. And I managed to find the vehicle that I was looking for in order to purchase and finance.
Well, if the CEO is doing it, there can't be too much wrong with it. I want to finish on a very personal note.
Sure.
You've jumped onto BMW Anywhere. You're flicking through, throw caution and budget to the wind, which I know is not natural for an accountant.
Sure.
You know the BMW world so well. Yeah. What is the car, if you were going to be buying it tomorrow and you don't have to worry about the cost of it, what's the one that really strikes a chord that says, Clive, I'm the car for you?
Without a doubt, I would go for an X6. I just like the aesthetic. I like the performance. I like the height of the vehicle, the seat height, and that would be the car for me.
I think it's a very cool choice indeed. And perhaps it is your choice. So jump on, have a look at BMW Anyway, get your sense. Maybe it's the X6, maybe it's a different car. But given the tools that are available and the finance options behind them, you'll be well on your way to your journey. If you'd like to find out a bit more, bmwfinance.co.za. Clive and his team have put together an all-solution stop for you. So go and have a look, play around, have some fun, and know that everything you need will be taken care of by BMW Financial Services. Clive, thank you, and look forward to seeing you in that X6.
Excellent. There we go, Dan.
Cheers.